Hi, in today's video I'm going to help you with these two simple riffs from Just Dance, which is of course the Lady Gaga song, and we're going to deal with the main riff first of all, and then we'll deal with the second riff. Now the main riff sounds like this: 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's just deal with the notes first of all. We have an open E string, which we play 4 times. I'm using a plectrum, so I'm doing 4 downstrokes on that note. And then it's the same string, but 4th fret, 1st finger. If you don't know what the 4th fret is, have a look at these strips of metal. These are the frets. So this is the 1st fret, 2nd fret, 3rd fret, 4th fret. Put your finger on the E string, not on top of the fret, just behind. Press nice and hard. You play that note 4 times. So far we've got, and that's our first bar. If we were counting that, we'd count it 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So they're all what we call quavers, which are types of notes, all half a beat each. Notice it's all downstrokes of the plectrum. And both of those notes were on the what we call the little E string. That's the lowercase E string, the highest sounding E string on your guitar. Let's go to the second bar of the main riff now. We're going to change string. We're going to go to the B string, 4th fret, and we're going to play that note just 3 times. Going to go back to the E string, 5th fret, play that 4 times. And that is 2nd finger notice. So you've got, so it's quite uneven there. You put 3 lots of the 4th fret of the B string and then 4 lots of the 5th fret of the E string. One more note needed. It's down to our 4th fret of the E string just for a single note. But even though that's quite uneven, you've got 3 of these, 4 of these and 1 of those, it's still, you've still got 8 notes in the bar. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So obviously the timing is a little bit harder than it is in the first bar. So that's our 2-bar pattern. Now you've got a choice of ways of reading that. You can either read the tablature, which is the bank of 6 lines and the numbers drawn on the lines. The numbers are of course the frets and the lines are the strings. Or you can read it in the note code, which is written above. OE, OE, 4E and so forth. OE means open E string, 4E means 4th fret of the E string, 5E means 5th fret of the E string, 4B means 4th fret of the B string, that kind of idea. It's quite simple to follow, I think. So you've got a choice of ways of reading it. The counting is written underneath, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. But to be honest, you probably should listen to the track and get the timing from that. It's a much better way of doing it, really. It's quite hard to follow timing like that, I think. Just like to draw your attention to some numbers in circles above some of the notes. Those are your left-hand fingers if you are right-handed. Other way around if you're left-handed, of course. So you'll notice when you go to the 4th fret of the E string for the first time, there's a number 1 in a circle, and I have typed by the side of that, finger 1, left hand. Then when you go to the 4th fret of the B, it's also finger 1. The 5th fret of the E is finger 2, and so on, okay? So that's the main riff. Now the second riff, although it's got less notes, is probably a little bit harder timing wise. This is how it sounds. 2, 3, 4. Makes more sense if you play 2 in a row, so let's do that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now with this one, it's 2nd fret of the B string that you start on, and you play that note twice, and then you play the open E twice. That's the first bar. And what makes the timing hard there is the first note is on the first beat of the bar. But look at the counting underneath. You can see 1, 2 and 3, 4 and the second note comes on the and count, which is what we call off the beat. So it's just before you play the open E, and then right at the end of the bar you play the open E again. Again, it's off the beat. And in the second bar of the second riff, you start an open B, and the last three notes of that bar are all off the beat. They're all on an and count. So you've got timing wise 1, 2 and 3, 4 and 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and 3, 4 and 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and... Okay, quite hard. Again, I would stress, listen to the track, listen to how it goes, rather than try and read complicated timing tracks. And they're there for you if you want them. But you're far better off using these things and picking it up, learning it that way. If you struggle to play all of the notes, there is the opportunity to play just some of the notes. And if you look at the music, you will see that I have put a thick circle round some notes. Those are the notes you should play if you are trying to do the kind of easy version. The main riff, you will recall, sounds like this. And if you just played the notes in the circles, it would sound like this. You count it 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2 and 3, 4. So you'd be playing open E on beat 1, 4th fret of the E, beat 3, 4th fret of the B, beat 1 of the next bar. And the only tricky bit, slightly tricky bit, is to play the 5th fret of the E on the and count of 2 in that bar. So it comes in a little bit earlier than perhaps you'd be expecting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2 and 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2 and 3, 4. So you're playing just some of the notes of the main riff. In the second riff, the timing is the same. The notes are different, of course. 2B, 2nd fret of the B string, open E, open B, and 2E. 2B, OE, OB, 2E, and there I was calling out my simple note code for the notes. Don't forget, if you've got an easy fret kit on your guitar, don't forget to use that to help you find the notes. The easiest way to do it is to put your finger on the label, make the label disappear, and then you'll know you're in the right place.